Hello and welcome to MavDigital Live. I'm your host Luke, and today I'm joined by Dylane.
Hello.
I've got on the camera. It was like it was product design with MavDigital. Obviously, your name is not MavDigital, but you spearhead a lot of the work with MavDigital currently. And the past, we'd say a few weeks, it's probably months now. You've been working on a lot of the packaging design for one of our clients, and we had quite an interesting conversation just now about the difference between product design, which I've got in our title, and packaging design.
Yeah.
Do you want to just elaborate a little bit for the audience back home?
Right. Well, obviously you'd say, well, packaging is a product, but mainly the packaging is protecting the product. So your product design would be, for instance, a camera or a TV or a functional item.
Yeah.
And the packaging is what it would go into. So for instance, if you think of a lovely perfume like Bulgari or Chanel or something like that, and it sits in a very, very beautiful box or comes in a very beautiful bottle, that's your packaging design.
Yeah.
And because packaging sells, so packaging sells a product because the product itself might be quite boring. So
when people are looking at, I need a nice way of presenting my goods to say to a client, if they're trying to make it sell on Amazon now, because they're doing you said frustration-free packaging now is a big push for it. FFP. So it also has to look nice, but also be suit for purpose, which is quite hard because it's not just design anymore; it's engineering at the same time as well.
Absolutely, and not only that, you have to have a customer experience. A customer wants to be wowed when he opens.
Yeah, of course.
He opens his product. He wants to have that whole unboxing experience. That's why there's so many YouTubers out there and Instagrammers like showing how they are unboxing their product and making a living out of actually unboxing products and putting videos online.
Yeah, I bought a new chair with that when I opened it up, and it had like this foam sheet over the top and a little bit of writing saying, "This is welcome to your new way of sitting down. It's like your butt will never change again."
Well, that's it. It's creating, the world has changed. It's not a debate. You suddenly just get a cardboard box arrives at your door, you open it, you toss the cardboard away, and you recycle that cardboard now.
Of course, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, it's probably down to what the product is as well, because you wouldn't want an all-signal dancing box when you've just bought like toilet paper or something like that, would you?
Exactly. Is the packaging fit for purpose? Is the product fit for purpose as well? We might add, like for instance, toilet paper with razor blades wouldn't really be fit for purpose.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, exactly. So
it depends what the purpose is. If the purpose is getting into a Saw movie, maybe, but
yes. Yep. So our packaging, we need to make fit for purpose as we make a product fit for purpose. And the thing is, if you go into a supermarket, packaging will be to entice you. So it'll be bright, it'll be colourful. If it's toys or something to that effect, it will have big windows on it so you can see the product inside, and it's very visual. That's why it's called display packaging. I
feel like the product design and the packaging design, they kind of marry each other a little bit, because when you see that product in the wild, in any stores, or it delivers to your home, it's the whole thing that comes together. So even if the product is amazing, if it comes with really terrible packaging, which doesn't really suit the brand or anything else, it's bad. But you get a bad image, especially if you've talked about sustainability earlier on. If you had like a bamboo toothbrush and it was encased in a plastic packaging,
absolutely,
it doesn't do it, does it?
Absolutely, that's it. You can't be sustainable with your product and then not be sustainable with your packaging.
Do you feel like we've now gone into I feel like a lot of packaging design and product design have gone for a little bit of a renaissance lately, because we're all changing to a new sustainable way of living. So do you feel like now a lot of companies are, I wouldn't say scrambling, but they're really pushing forward the sustainability side of things? So the new way of designing packaging and creating it has to change altogether. Like, we don't have plastic rings on our cans anymore.
Oh.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, yes, I do believe it's changing, because I think a lot of companies also realizing, and this is quite exciting, that the fact by moving to sustainable packaging, you could actually save yourself money.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean just having loose, products everywhere as well.
No,
like
absolutely.
You can have them, contained and ready to transport. Because that's another big problem, isn't it? Having to transport, across, oceans, seas, waves, blocks, canals currently. Well, not currently, but back in the day they fixed that problem. But yeah, they have to go through a lot of hell to get to the storefront.
Exactly, and as our one client says, stop shipping air.
Exactly, yeah, because you see I've seen so many threads on LinkedIn and just showing. I think Amazon's one of the worst for them.
Well, I'll actually give you an example, Luke. I'll give you an example. So I ordered a rather expensive toothpaste by a well-known brand, and I've got it on a subscribe and save with Amazon, and it comes in a beautiful round plastic packaging,
right?
Which is naughty of them for a start, but then it comes in the Amazon box. And half of that box is filled up with paper to pad out the box, so the product doesn't move.
Little air pockets as well that you kind of use.
Exactly, but this is kudos to Amazon. It wasn't plastic; it was recyclable.
They're not the only perpetrators of it. There's loads of retailers out there who use that.
But the fact
packaging.
is, the toothpaste was this size. The box was this size.
You got a free box out of it in the end. It depends how you look at it.
I got a free box out of it, and that went straight into the recycling.
I remember someone was moving, one of my friends was moving, and they ordered boxes off Amazon. And I was thinking to myself, why? Like, you could have gone to a store and found hundreds of them as well. I'm going to say, I digress on that part. I don't know why people would buy boxes. Maybe they're sturdier or not. You can find them anyway, really.
Exactly.
It feels like they do sometimes.
But getting back to the toothpaste, right, so but it is packaged. Getting back to it, the product is lovely and it looks beautiful, and it's packaged in this circular, see-through plastic sort of box, which is perfect.
So it's got another box inside the box, which is your product inside that.
Well, no, the product's inside this cylindrical, plastic thingy-majig.
Prison.
Yeah. And this is perfect for store. Because if you're in a store, you think, oh, well, it's posh. It's in a cylindrical tube. It looks expensive, and that's probably why they get away with charging you so much for it. Plus, it's actually a fantastic product. But if you're shipping it via Amazon, it doesn't need to be in that display case.
No.
Because you're not buying it for the display case, because you're not shopping in store.
Yeah.
So they would be far better off just putting it in a slim, corrugated box that will give it more protection, because the funniest part is even in this big box, it's falling out of its display case. Because it's been squished in the box.
Oh no.
So
do you get it from the company directly from Amazon? Do they fulfill it? Because I know one of these practices are wholesalers. People will buy wholesale items from wholesalers and then they'll put them on Amazon. And then they will charge probably an uptick of about a couple pounds on them, and then they sell them on Amazon, and they get fulfilled that way. So a lot of the time you'll see people use this trick. I mean, I don't know if it's like one of those money saving, like, oh, you can earn hundreds of thousands of pounds of Amazon if you buy from this and sell them on there, and you can do it because they'll fulfill them that way. But that feels like one of those wholesale tricks to me that they've done.
It could be, but they're like sort of half the price of Tesco, so.
Yeah, that's why they do it, because they get
it would be interesting.
them for pennies and they sell them for pounds, and then you've got that whole money same way. But we'll go into the entrepreneurship of that right now because we're talking about product design.
Absolutely. Oh, and just to say that there are other supermarkets like Sainsbury's, Aldi, Lidl,
wherever you can find them.
Asda.
So your first.
Not dropping anybody.
I'm going to say we can't pick favourites.
No, there are no favourites.
So when it came to your approach then to designing this packaging, what was your first thought on that? So say we're talking about now, you created, I think they were holders for, I'll say beverage holders currently.
Well, the packaging was already designed. It was very, very cleverly designed by one of our clients. And basically what I did was I actually just branded it and just made sure that the design fitted so in other words, it's die cut and you've got sections in it, and the design fitted in with those die cut sections. So in other words, you didn't have, so when it goes around the product, the branding is perfectly clear and it sits in the right place.
When it was fit and cut, it would be able to go around the product itself.
Yeah. So as designers, we work alongside manufacturers in order to make sure that we put the correct decoration in the right place, basically.
Yeah, and that's where all the print experience comes in handy, because you can tell where the line is going to be cut, what the print is going to do with it, and then obviously how it bends and changes and shapes it into what you see on the shelves today.
However, in the past, I have designed some of my own packaging for products many, many moons ago. And that all started off with a concept, some cardboard, and a scalpel.
Oh.
And then you would just jimmy it until you kind of
make a lemonade stand, or you...
And then once you've got that mock-up and you think it works, you could take it to a manufacturer and say, right, this works now. I need it in this type of material, and let's with this type of finish. So many finishes you can put on things. You can foil things. You can laminate.
There's a variety of fulfillment centers, and who will help you
absolutely. And then you just tell the packaging company to go for it. So for the design element can be either just take a normal box and brand it up so it just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
With various finishes and such the like.
So I've got a hobby as I play a lot of board games, so I got a little board game hobby. A lot of the ones I purchased are from Kickstarter, and what they do is they get the funds, they get like a test copy made, and then they send that over to their fulfillment center, who can then create it. So obviously they do all the printing, they shape the box around it. So that's really just like a really, really heavy-duty form of what you're saying right now. They got their products, they made sure all the imagery and artwork, is ready for purpose for fit on each print, and then they work out the logistics of that, and then they sell the board games that way.
Yeah.
So you could probably create your own mass board games. Know how it's done.
Yeah, absolutely. And also therein also lies the packaging dilemma with these board games, and I'm glad you brought that up, because depending on what pieces your board game might have a section where there's a board, and then it might have cards, and then it might have little figurines, or Yeah,
there's millions of
different things you can do. And then, so if my job was to design the box for that, I would have to sit there once again, probably with a scalpel, and just work out where each little bit would fit.
Yeah.
And the most economical way, because what we want to do is make that box as tight, as small as possible.
Yeah.
So that might mean the board folds up into 4 pieces or 6 pieces, depending.
Yeah, so
that it can sit on top of the box.
With the frustration free as well, you want to make sure it's not too complicated, because otherwise people won't be able to put the stuff back inside of it. So there's a lot of design and engineering that goes into all of that, which can be it could be daunting if someone's just created the product and they're like, okay, now I want to ship this out there. How do I do that? And then you've got the sustainable practice that we said earlier on.
No, absolutely. There was another very good example was that there was I bought a new vacuum cleaner the other day, a cordless one.
Oh, nice.
I will not drop names to whom it was.
No free promos here.
No free promos. And it came in a box, and I looked at this box and I thought, can't possibly fit in there. But sure enough, it did. And every single item in that box was recyclable. There was not one plastic clip. There was not one plastic anything. There was no EPS. There was no foam. There was no nothing. And it just had cardboard sitting in the right places to hold it in shape that it didn't get back. Damaged in transport.
Yeah, that made a lasting impression because you remembered it now.
I remembered it.
It was so good.
It was so good, and of course, everything could go into the recycle bin. There's nothing that had to go into the brown bin. Yeah,
it's nothing worse than having to try and squeeze one thing into the other. You just break it down and then you just dump it all in and you're done.
As far as I would be very happy if EPS was completely banned and was taken off this world. I don't know if you've ever watched Room 101.
Yeah, no, I know what it's about.
Yes. If I wanted to put something in 101, it would be EPS.
You got EPS, we're coming for you.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming down, Dylane.
Thank you very much,
I hope you have
Luke.
a very good weekend, and I hope you all have enjoyed watching Maverick Live. We'll be back on Monday for our next show. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on all our social channels, and remember, ban EPS.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. See you next time.